Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I want to talk to you about high ticket sales and the truth behind it, because one of the things that we don't talk about enough is that the sales process, in order for you to sell high ticket, you have to be willing to develop the level of credibility that people will trust. You also have to deliver a bloody great service. High ticket is not going to be for everyone. I'm going to say it. High ticket is not going to be for everyone. Not everyone out there is delivering an incredible result. Not everyone out there is really fine-tuning an incredible offer and then delivering on what they're promising. They're not, and that's okay, right? And it's up to us, like if we're the buyers, it's up to us to do the due diligence to actually ensure that what we're buying is of credible nature, that is actually going to deliver the services. And because what is actually eroding a lot of trust in the market at the moment is people that have had high ticket offers that have sold them and then have not delivered on what they promised, or have delivered a really low standard, like just not communicated. They have said one thing and done another out of integrity. They have gotten inside a group program or an offering and then being like, this is actually really low quality. And so we need to be conscious of the fact that if you're going to sell high ticket, take the time to really build out an incredible offer. Now, you can build in the process, right? But be willing to receive feedback, be willing to be open to changing things when it's not working or not delivering on results that you had promised. Be willing to be the leader and stand up and improve your standards, because it's the people that are doing that are going to be in business long term. It's the people that are doing that are going to continue to build trust, and people will continue to spend money with them. Okay, the next thing when it comes to high ticket sales, you must be embodied in believing in the value that you deliver in order to be able to sell it. Because I've had so many people that have come to me to work on their sales, to work on their strategy, when really the end of the day, it was nothing to do with their strategy. It was all to do with their embodiment of it, because they didn't believe it was worth what they were charging. So they're going to sabotage it every single day of the week. And they may have worked with a coach in the past that are like, you should be charging more than this. But yet they hadn't really created a really great service to deliver on that standard of pricing. So there's sometimes you've really got to consider those two sides, right? Like you've got to have a great service, you've got to be great at what you bloody do, and you've got to believe in it. So I have the two sides of it. Sometimes people have come to me where they've been told by a coach before they should charge double, but then they're not fully embodied in the value that they're delivering, even when they're actually doing great work. So they have a lot of like self-doubt or lack of confidence in their ability to charge their worth. And so we really work on their own identity first, right? We work on their identity, their belief systems, and how they perceive value. And once they do that, they really own their worth and they're able to charge accordingly. Secondly, it could be the opposite, where they've been told, you should charge triple that. But really when it comes back to it, they're not fully embodied with it. They're not really delivering on that level of standard or their quality of what the work is that they're doing. And so then they go out and sell it and they're incongruent with what they're selling, right? So either people don't buy it, or they do buy it, but then don't refer people because it wasn't great. And so then they just don't retain clients. So wherever you are sitting, it can be fixed, but you want to be conscious of like, where am I sitting? Is it that I'm doing great work? Because if you're getting lots of clients and you're booked out quite consistently, you get really great feedback from your people and you love what you do, right? And you really have dedicated care with what it is that you do, then it most likely is at time you need to increase your prices, because if you're fully booked and you're never getting any pushback on pricing, you're probably over delivering and you're probably giving great quality, and that you maybe just not believing in your worth and you need to charge more. Secondly, if you know there's something deep down in you that you're like, oh, I could actually be better at this, or there's some type of fine tuning that I need to do, I need to upskill in this area, I need to improve the delivery of this, because I think that deep down we know this. And I mean, I've had that before in my programs before, where I'm like, actually, I feel like this needs to be delivered better. I need to go work on this. And then I would go and invest in myself and work on that. Or it might be like, I'm not happy with the results my clients are achieving at this stage. I think they should be getting better results. What can I do differently or better in order to improve that, right? And I want to say this from a place of work in progress, right? You can absolutely be delivering on great results. Like I still have great feedback from my containers, right? So I remember like there was a past container of mine that I deep down that I was like, oh, I think this could be better. I absolutely think this could be better. And I was like, my clients were giving me positive feedback. Like I was doing surveys and I was then getting on calls and I was asking for their feedback and they're giving me good feedback. But really, when I looked at their results, I was like, nope, we can do better. And so then I had to go back to the drawing board and went, how can I improve my processes? How can I improve my communication? How can I improve my frameworks to make it easier for them to implement? How can I improve part of the implementation piece? So that's where I started to use a lot more AI to a certain extent, but like that's where I was also refocused my attention with part of my programs that I was like, oh, I'm going to keep them specifically accountable to this specific thing. And I was also telling them like, this is the outcome that you need to be achieving from this module. If you're not getting this outcome, then you need to let me know so I can help you get that outcome, right? So there's certain things that you can do within your programs, your offerings to improve it. And so if you're willing to recognize that there's always room for improvement, you are going to create really incredible high ticket offers. And then if you've got the belief to back it, selling the high ticket offers becomes easy. Okay, I'm realizing this episode should have been a much longer episode and maybe a Monday episode, so I might do another one. But I just want you to take away those two core things, that if you are out of alignment with the value that you're delivering, then you may need to work on your identity in order to level up to embody the price point that you're charging, versus do you maybe need to work on the quality that you're delivering and the standard of work that you're delivering in order to be able to charge more.